Go. What is up, everybody, and welcome to Behind the Streams. I am so excited about today because you're here, I'm here, these fabulous people are here, and we're going to be talking about how you can bring your personal skills and your awesome talents to modding and to Twitch to assist streamers. I'm so excited about this
Yeah.
today.
Dylan,
I've
this
got
is going to be a very exciting.
Yes. And so let me go ahead and introduce the people that are the awesomely talented people who are joining me today, including my co-host. You know her. Some of you might love her for some reason. Karli Cartoons. What's up, Karli?
What's up, Dylan? How's it? Hi y'all. My name's Karli. For those of you, right now I'm doing prop design, Octopi, and then back to Mouse and a book called Bless the Hearts, Gospel for art. I do art, and how I ended up.
Somehow.
That's pretty
And
much it. Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that today. Like, how does one who as talented as you bring your awesome talented skills to Twitch? I'm looking forward to that. I'm also joined by our two awesome guests today. When they
Dylan,
gave me this episode, right, Karli? When they
Dylan,
gave
why
us this
don't you go
episode,
ahead and
introduce myself?
yeah,
Did I
because
not,
you're a
did I not
co-host.
introduce did I not introduce myself?
No.
Well,
Oh,
yes, I am in fact not Wes Cisa. I'm also not Berkeley Reading. I'm told by Dylan. Hello. I stream and I mod. Good to see you. And we're joined here, Karli, by two people that I was so excited to bring on today to the show. SagerRage, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
hey, how's it going? I'm SagerRage. I'm a moderator for Loco, and I guess kind of a moderator for Dylan too. Although I don't think I do anything besides,
Very
just
little.
bring conversation, which is also very little. But outside of Twitch, I work for a small managed service provider here in the Midwest.
Ooh, okay.
So I essentially do IT work for small to medium businesses for
Okay.
various aspects.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And we're also joined today, the one and only StealthMouseTV. What's up, Stealth?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good, buddy. Good to have you. So again, we've got some really talented people here. We're going to be talking about how you can bring your individual talents and your personal skills to Twitch, to mod, to assist a stream. I feel like we talk about this often, but like there is a lot more to modding and being a moderator than just banning people, being in chat, running bots or commands. You are a member of the staff of the stream. You are a part of that stream. And there's so many different things that you can bring to that stream, whether you are a video editor, whether you are someone like Karli who is an artist, whether you do graphic design, whether you are like Stealth, a musician, or even like Sager, someone who's got a lot of tech insight and IT knowledge, right? Or if you are a mediator or a retail manager, whatever your personal skills
Absolutely.
and talents are, you can bring those skills to Twitch to assist a stream. So we're going to get into all that today and kind of talk about some examples of how we have been able to incorporate our skills. So maybe you can learn if you're trying to become a mod or a mod, how you can bring your own talents to a stream. So Karli, you kind of talked about a little bit about already about your talents with art. How did you get into art as make that a career?
Oh, how did I make it a career? Oh gosh, that's a long story, but basically my parents supported my drawing habits young and animator, so I went to that. Afterwards I moved out to LA and worked weird jobs, and during the weird jobs time is actually how I discovered Twitch, because my first animation job, well, actually normally your first job in like creative full time job is going to be. So I worked at this place that was a weed brand, and they wanted us to animate just like little cartoon advertisements. So they hired me in December of 2017, knowing full well that in 2018, like January 1st, 2018, weed was going to be legal in California, and therefore it would have to follow the same advertising laws as tobacco and alcohol, meaning you can't use cartoons in advertising because you can't legally argue against the fact that you're marketing kids with the cartoon. They hired me anyways. No idea why. In January, all of a sudden, we had to stop whatever we were doing because we couldn't do it anymore. And the dude who owns the company like comes in to a meeting with us, and he's like, "All right, y'all, what should we do?" And I was like, "I don't know. I heard that Twitch overlays are kind of like a thing that we could do." And he was like, "Oh man, that's like such a great idea. Like, let's do it." And so we made overlays for like 5 months, and they were all terrible. But during that
Wow.
time, I decided to research what Twitch was, found Loco, and
The rest is
now I'm
history.
here.
And the rest is
Yep.
history. Awesome. Sager, what about you? How did you decide to make computers your life?
Do things, yeah. Well, when I was 15, I wanted to, get down on that WoW action like everyone did back
Mm,
then. So I built myself a computer with some help from a friend,
okay.
and then I started diving into it, and then I discovered I could mess with teachers at school through various networking things that the school didn't turn off. So
You would.
yeah, if you open a remote desktop client, anyone listening, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Oh my gosh.
But you could kill the connection, and so then ever since I was trolling teachers in high school, it became natural to just troll with technology. So
So
yeah,
your
that's
life in computing
uh-huh.
started through trolling.
Oh yeah, it still does. Still
That's
still is steeped in it to this day.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
that's why
that's
you're
up.
such a good mod as well. You have computer knowledge, you have modding skills, and you have trolling skills.
All those skills. You're bringing all those skills to Twitch. And Stealth, for those who don't know, Stealth
Thanks, Steph.
Mouse is a music extraordinaire. Stealth, how'd you get into music? Oh, and what
Um,
what sparked your passion and love for music and making music?
well, I loved music as a kid, and actually, I went to a summer camp when I was 8, turning 9, and they're playing drums there. So I started playing drums really young. Started taking lessons pretty promptly. Took them for years. As a teenager, I was in a bunch of bands. Was placements, parties.
Hmm.
I only recently like became a mod for Lucid. I'd never modded before. But I think I kind of got his attention just by making like little remixes. Made a couple little ones before he I became a mod, and kind of snowballed a little bit from there.
They're really
Awesome.
good.
Yes, they are
Thanks.
fantastic.
So
Um,
catchy.
for me, I primarily right now serve as like not only a mod but as also a video editor for Loco. And when I think back to it, it's kind of funny. Like, so my life story with video editing comes from high school. I took TV production in high school. You guys, I don't know if you guys had this in school. You guys had like the morning news, like in your
Yeah.
schools
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Oh my
closed
gosh,
yeah,
circuit
the
TV.
morning
Okay,
yeah.
the
announcements.
morning announcements. Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
that was my first period in homeroom for 4 years in
Ah,
high school. So my first period in homeroom for 4 straight years was basically Adobe Premiere. And working in Premiere and cutting like news segments, like in stupid little silly little news segments, like just us outside with like cheap video cameras, talking about what's happening in the school, and then going back to the studio, cutting it, and then boom, that's on the news or the morning news that day. So that's kind of how I got introduced to video editing. And we were using Adobe Premiere, which is actually kind of cool to think about. Our high school had like all these Adobe Premiere suites, like old school 2003, 2004 era Adobe
Oh
Premiere suites.
man.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how I got into it. And so coming to Twitch, and we're going to talk about that. I want to know kind of how you guys became mods first and foremost. I like Stealth said, I made I made a video a compilation of Booker, Loco's dog, as a part of a community event, and that kind of established for a lot of people that hey, this person can make videos and stuff. That's really cool, and that's a skill. That's something that a stream needs. So I kind of want to go around the room here. Karli, how did you how did you become a mod? Like the first time you became a mod?
That's actually a really great question because a lot of people will see my behavior in chat egging on all of the trolls and wonder, Karli, what?
How? How did
How
she
did
get
you
picked
get
to do
here?
this?
So when I was doing research on Twitch, so I would know like what the dimensions were, what specifications were for the overlays and stuff. I found Loco because she was on the front page doing a video game giveaway, and I was like, well, I'm doing research. I might as well try to win a game. And so I just started hanging out in there, and then it just became a part of my regular work routine because as an artist, they really don't care if you watch Twitch while you work. And then about 5 months in, Loco was like, "Do you want to be a mod?" And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know my availability because the industry is really volatile, and so I have like a lot of different changing jobs. And she was like, "Nah, man, it'll be chill." And I'm like, "Okay." So OSG interviewed me, and yeah, then Chef kind of trained me. So all of my bad behavior, you can basically just blame on Chef.
That's pretty much everyone in chat right now, if you're listening to this, just like we need some blames for Chef. Like,
Yep,
he's
yep.
here. I know he's here. And I see you
He
right
is,
here,
he
Chef.
is.
Like let's
Always.
get the blames for Chef
Blame
going on
that
right
Chef.
now.
Yep.
SagerRage. Our story is very similar. I feel like
Yeah, right.
we're linked here because Sager and
Yeah.
I came in as mods together. But
Yeah,
Sager,
we
share
are.
your story. How did you become a mod for a partner?
Well, I made like a DVD, like the bouncing DVD logo back from the 90s.
Mhm.
I took that and made a web page and put Loco's face instead of the DVD logo, and so it would bounce around the screen and change color, and that was a good passion project for me. And once it was done in 5 minutes, I decided to get back in chat and trolled Chef by executing commands before Chef could actually type them.
It always comes back to
I
Chef.
did that too.
Yeah, no, seriously, like, yeah, I was always, Loco would be like, all right, if you want to come to my Twitter, and I'd be like, oh yeah, Chef, here we go, and I would just jump right in there and try and get it before he could even type it, and yeah, and then I was asked to be a mod, and I was like, why? I just do it to make Chef feel bad for typing
Yeah.
slower
So
than
what
me.
we're learning here today, people,
Uh-huh.
okay? If you are watching this and you're wondering how do I become a mod, I would love to be a mod for a partnered streamer, guys.
Oh yeah.
Just randomly just troll Chef Hazmat. He might not
It's
even
true.
be in that community. Just call out Chef Hazmat. I mean, it seems to work. We have examples right here. It's crazy.
Yeah, like
Still, go ahead, Karli.
sorry, I want to say, Sager, I don't know if it was the same for you, but for me personally, when I realized that some of the commands were not mod exclusive, I was like,
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
help.
right.
I'm gonna help out.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Exactly. That's exactly how it happened.
Wow. And so Stealth, you mentioned this before, but how did you officially become a mod for someone like Lucid?
So yeah, like I made like a couple remixes and linked them to Lucid while he was on stream and would play them. And then one day he was looking for new mods and like volunteered pretty quick, and S invited me and showed me the ropes. Learned a lot about just like the everydays of cat modding from Tasty Velociraptor.
Mhm.
You know, and then I made like this one remix, and it was kind of like missing. It was missing some things, and so Salty Sparks and Lurts, some other mods,
Shout
this
out.
team got involved, and they'd given me some guitar tracks, sending them to me, and we just,
Put it together.
yep, we just started making remixes, and now, this point we've made like I think 5 songs together, and
That's so cool.
the
Awesome.
intro song that Lucid uses every morning, we all collaborated on, and actually has voices of all of the mods in it, little whispers and stuff.
That's awesome.
Wholesome.
That is
Wow.
awesome.
So cute. Oh my
That's fantastic.
gosh.
Yeah, I know for me, like I said, coming in, I came in the same time as Sager. We were brought in together as a tag team, and yeah, they just asked me, and I always tell people like if you want to know how to position yourself to possibly become a mod in a partnered stream without even like trying necessarily, be a part of that stream for a length of time. Be an active member of that community. Be an active member in Discord. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later too. Like, how do you kind of, advertise yourself as far as like what you can do? Do things. I made a video and was very active in community events. That kind of put me on the front of, hey, this is a very active member of the community who we also know as being very talented and can do things and can cut videos. And so when you guys join your teams, right, or join your mod team, you guys obviously wanted to start doing some more of those things, the art and music, or for those teams. I know for me, when I joined the local mod team, again, it was overwhelming at first because this team was established. I said this before a couple weeks ago that it's like joining a show at 7 seasons in. You're the new cast member trying to fit in. But for me, I made a highlight reel from a recent game, not just for no other reason than just to show like, hey, this is a thing that I can do. I can edit videos or whatever, and I've since parlayed that into the things that I do now. Karli, for you, like, so when you joined the team, what now were you able to kind of do immediately as far as your art? Like, what sort of things were you kind of trying to do?
I guess that's a tough question because for me, the first couple of weeks modding, obviously are pretty stressful because you want to get everything right, which obviously is impossible. But thankfully, everybody on the mod team except for Chef was very welcoming and understanding with the new mods and learning the ropes and stuff. I used to just really enjoy, I still do to this day, really enjoy interacting with chat and keeping chat active. And that's something that is more interpersonal relationships related than art related, but is definitely something that I use every day in art to network and put myself out there and find the next job. But then on more of the creative side, I have helped, like, I mean, I'm sure that y'all remember the time that we made those templates for the thumbnails.
Oh my lord! Can we tell the story real quick?
Yeah, oh no, go for it, dude. Like, it was
So
a whole ordeal.
this goes into also like when we talk about working on a mod team, right? And everybody having different opinions about things. We had a whole is kerfuffle? Is that the word? Like about this,
Kerfuffle.
about about
Kerfuffle.
thumbnails, about like the proper way the thumbnails should look, the proper resolution, all
It
these
was
things.
an ordeal.
It was a total ordeal.
I
But
still
guess
get
what?
made fun of it to this day for talking about resolution.
It's become a meme. It's become a meme within the team. But look, we did resolve it. We worked together, but that was also because you knew which things should look like, right? From
Yeah.
perspective of what you do, like
Yeah.
what you're skilled at, right? Like you
There was a
know what you
point,
want.
like, I had no idea that the thumbnails were so bad, and there was a point where I felt like it was my responsibility to put my foot down and say, hey, I am a professional. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all need to stop and listen to what I'm telling you. You can't export thumbnails in 72 DPI and then expect it to look good. You can't do that.
You guys hear this right now, right? Like you hear this right now.
But along with that, it's hard being a professional. I'm sure that Sager can relate with his like massive technical know-how. Is that when you do something for a living and you do it well, you don't want to come off as pretentious. You don't want to come off as bossy. Like, I'm not the thumbnails boss, right? It's like, I don't have time to do that. But if I see something that needs to get fixed, I'm going to offer to fix it. And you know, that's happened before in the past with the thumbnails. But then I don't know why, but this specific time, for some reason, it was just a really big deal. And I was like, okay, no, this is stopping. I'm just going to make a template and y'all are going to deal with it.
And hey, look, the end result of that, again, no feelings were hurt. I hope not.
Yeah, no.
No
like,
feelings were hurt.
No.
We did it all in love because we are a mod family and all that. But it was about making the stream better, right?
Yeah.
The whole point was like, and it was, you know, for going live tweets, for YouTube thumbnails, we wanted those to be right. And so, hey, you're a professional animator. You're an artist. You work in these systems. Like, you know what something should look like. So you're gonna bring your knowledge to that to make the stream better. And that's what it's all about. You mentioned Sager, about Sager, like you came into the mod team, and you know, streaming is very complicated, right, from a tech standpoint.
Oh yeah.
And so you have been a troubleshooting master. Talk a little bit about like your first experience actually like bringing some of your IT knowledge to the stream.
Yeah. Well, also to preface, I had my second stream ever last weekend, and let me tell you, there is a lot that goes into streaming,
Yes.
and like
Congrats.
holy moly, there's a lot more settings than I would think there
You
would be,
didn't
but
ping your mod team? You didn't ping us
Yeah,
that
oh
you were
no,
streaming?
Karli,
Make us a
Karli, he
video?
mentioned this to me in private, and I was like, wait. So I immediately like
Dude,
went and
Uh,
scrambled to his channel to try to
nope,
find the VODs. I didn't find
nope,
anything. I think he scrubbed them. I don't know what that's
yep,
all about, but continue.
yep. Hack skills. No, but yeah, the first time I did some troubleshooting, I think Loco was dropping she was dropping frames.
Mhm.
It was like an increasingly alarming rate kind of a thing, and I think Lucid was experiencing the same issue as well. But she was like asking if anybody would help, and I was like, well, if you want, I can dive into your computer, but I understand if you're hesitant to let me take over your computer, because I was like still a fresh mod at that point.
Yeah.
But she still shared her screen through Discord, and we went through all of the local stuff on her computer, and then we just went to the next layer, which would be the router, and we went into that and checked all the settings, and everything looked good. And long story short, we went all the way to the actual router ping logs, and I determined that there was a bunch of pings, a bunch of IP addresses that were dropping, and it turns out that was actually her ISP, and so her ISP was actually dropping the actual pings and the actual connections, and so she was. After that, I was like, yeah, it's definitely your ISP, so definitely give them a call. It's nothing on your guys' end; it's all on their end, and I'd like to think it was the resolution. I never did hear back, so I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna assume
she is
yeah.
streaming now, so I mean, I think something got
she's
solved.
live
That's
now?
true.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was my first little dip into it. But obviously, I think she had some monitor upgrades recently, and so that was fun for me to touch up on my monitor
my
knowledge as well. And the tech talk is always helping, always a massive help in Discord too. Whenever people have questions and all that other good stuff.
Yeah.
Questions. If anyone has questions in chat
Mhm.
about trying to be a mod for a partnered streamer, and for if you have questions about like, how do I have this skill, or I do this thing, how do I bring that? If you guys have any questions, please let us know in chat, and the mods will shoot us a message to try to answer those later. Stealth, you kind of touched on it a bit too. So when you came on board Lucid's team, you kind of came on just as a mod, right? First and foremost, right? But then what were your beginnings of making music for the stream? Like you became like the music guy, right?
Well, I'll contribute to it though. It's always like a group effort for the most part. I've done like a couple just by myself, but like also made Lucid a raid alert. I think of what else we've done.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
I'll
Yeah,
try
y'all-
to when it like Lucid occasionally has the microphone issues or whatever. That's also like it's kind of like a whole chat gets involved with that. It's just a wall of
Yeah.
you need to be quieter, you need to be louder.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you, Stealth, and the rest of Lucid's team, I've noticed in the past couple of months, especially, have like really contributed a lot more to the production quality. There's just like that extra oomph, that extra like professional flair that you've been able to add, especially with like the songs. I mean, now Lucid can just meme with y'all, not have to worry about the DMCA.
Yeah.
Your parodies are so funny.
I think the opening theme song is a powerful tool also. Gets everybody pumped for the show. Know exactly like when the show is starting because you hear that song and everybody starts spamming their duck emotes in chat. Great. It's a great feeling too, hearing that song every morning.
Because you made it. You made it. You contributed to the stream. That kind of is a good segue, because I feel like, again, when people become a mod in channel, especially like a big partner channel, you have to realize that you're now not only just a role model in that channel, you are a part of the stream, and you have an opportunity and the power in some respect to influence things in that stream, and to make a difference for the streamer and for the community in the channel. I know for myself, I've become like Loco's primary video editor, right?
Yeah.
And so that's a role that for a lot of streamers, they have to reach out to someone else outside of the stream to be able to fulfill that and to be able to make things for YouTube, make things for Twitter and all that. And obviously it's very convenient for someone like a Loco to have a moderator on their team who can do those things. So for example, like recently there was the whole thing with the Twitch blackout scenario, right? And so Loco talked about that on stream. And so she wanted something for Twitter. to be able like a clip from that. Now that's takes some video editing work, because how do you make a 2.5 minute clip that summarizes something that someone talked about for 30 plus minutes on stream? So that's where video editing skills come in. And I just so happened to have been there. I heard the conversation, so it made it a lot easier for me to just go in and make that video, send it to her, and then boom, that blows up on Twitter and goes like semi-viral, and she gets thousands of new followers from that. That's me literally using a talent that I have within a community, within a stream, as a member of that team, to actually make the stream better and contribute positively. Karli, not just for Loco, but for other streamers, like you're an artist. You make emotes. You've made my emotes for my stream. Talk a little bit about that, about how you like all the different things you've been able to do across Twitch now.
Yeah, sure, I can do that, but first I am going to brag on you a little bit, because I do have to say that not only is having you a part of the team, so you have the context for what the video should be, it's paramount to the channel, but before we actually had you on as the video editor, there were just it was very disjointed. We didn't really have a clear goal, and there was growth on these channels, but ever since you joined, it just skyrocketed because of your editing skills and the fact that you do it like as soon as it happens, you do it and it's up immediately, and that's massive for internet traffic, is to just have things up as soon as you possibly can. But also your ability to read metrics is like
I appreciate that, and like I said, but I don't want to take I don't want to take like a lot of credit for all that. I think that the real key to it is also being a mod, and being there and being present in the channel really helps, and knowing the channel, knowing what the streamer wants, because I'm an intimate part of the stream. What you were saying?
Exactly. Oh yeah, so just in general, like I've been freelancing since before I was an animator. I've been freelancing since about high school, I suppose. Monkeyism, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody in.
Hello.
Sorry,
Some
just felt like I
cultists
should
coming
say
in.
something there. It felt
comes the
weird to
cult.
just ignore that.
Some
but no,
cultists, yeah.
I've been freelancing for a while, and Twitch streamers are actually some of my favorite clients to work for, because it's all in the entertainment industry, and it's all pretty much the same in terms of how you network, in terms of the consistency that you need to put out, the terms of how to act professionally online. And so once I learned how to do emotes, I was just like, well, this is really nice, like secondary supplemental income. So I mean, I've done emotes for you, I've done emotes for other artists, I animated Curvy Llama's intro. So it was really nice to come to Twitch and have these things that I liked to do. And then Twitch kind of became my hobby, but I was still able to funnel like other things that I like to do and just kind of combine like all of it.
Yeah, you've worked. I
It
mean,
was
you've worked
really
for a
fun.
lot of people. You're working doing some work for Say Hey Rocco right now, aren't you?
I was doing some stuff for Say Hey Rocco.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's absolutely super fun. But
Awesome.
yeah, no, just like being able to know how to contribute positively to the ecosystem of a streamer's community, as a mod especially, to be able to discern what content is appropriate, what's not. It really helps give good context for when you need to work with these people eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, and Sager, you've become like the point person, I feel like, for like picking things out. Like when it comes time to upgrade the stream, right?
Yep.
It's like, well, what does Sager think about this?
Yeah.
Like, Sager, you tell me what to buy.
Yeah, I take a lot of time whenever I'm researching, which product, because there's the internet is at our fingertips. Like seriously, you could take 8 hours and research something and read every single review. Take all of the average of the 5-star reviews and boil it down if you wanted to, which I have done before when choosing a dog breed back in the day, because it's really fun to crunch the numbers and get the data and actually see and do the research, do it yourself and actually understand what you're buying. Also, because I'm very frugal, I don't like buying new stuff all the time, so I really want it to last. So I always like to, impart that onto Loco and other people that ask for my advice, something that would last. Unless you're someone like Hero who is very tech savvy. Obviously, he can troubleshoot his own stuff, but like that's why I don't recommend anything too experimental for most people, just because I'm not ready to devote like 8 hours for the next 2 days just to help help
Yeah, oh
you
god.
set up a 28 core processor on your computer. As much as I
Mhm.
would love to, I just don't have the time, unfortunately. But if you're someone like Hero, yeah, there he is. I bet
Easier.
he would love to help you. Just kidding. But with tech skills, it's always it's a give and take, especially when it comes to helping streamers online.
Yeah, especially because you've become like a troubleshooting
Yeah,
wizard, and
sure.
your skill in that is invaluable to a
It's
stream
been
because like
so awesome, dude.
streaming is so complicated, like you like we talked about, and
Yeah.
so having someone on board a team who can contribute in that way is super valuable.
Mhm.
And that kind of segues to something stealth. You're a musician, right? And you also stream
So,
your music, correct? Talk a little
yeah.
bit about bringing that talent to your own streaming setup.
So I just started streaming music recently. Got an electronic drum set. I've been doing a stream in the evenings where I play along to requests. A little while I was doing whatever whatever requests anyone had till a week later the DMCA apocalypse happened. So now
Ooh,
I
yeah.
just do video game music, and if that hasn't been dinged for licensing and YouTube, like any YouTube link like that. Um been doing like a Sunday morning cartoon stream where I'm along
That's awesome.
tune theme music. That's probably the
Yeah.
most fun one, honestly. But,
That's awesome.
like it's been a big learning process for me. Like honestly, not like a really big tech guy or anything. I've played acoustic drums my whole life, which you don't need to plug into anything. So
Yeah.
this has all been very new to me, but it's very fun. Um, looking forward to figuring out how to do more with the stream besides along to video game music. Um,
Stealth, I want to know what your favorite part of the drum set is. I took set for like a
uh,
little bit. I feel like everyone kind of has their favorite part, you know?
favorite part of the drum set, huh? I don't know if I've ever thought about that even.
Not like a double bass, not the hi-hat or anything.
I think I'd have to go with snare drum, honestly.
Oh, that's a good one.
Snare.
Boring.
No, it's not. It's great.
Hey, it may
took
be boring, but it's what you think.
took took lessons for 5 years. The first 2 years were nothing but snare drum. I
Mm-hmm.
took lessons from a marching band drummer primarily.
Yep.
Um,
That
so
explains
yeah,
it.
I'd say the snare drum.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's when it comes to like specific sound for a drum. I feel like I most attention to the snare drum. Need the correct snare drum sound
Yeah.
than anything else.
Mhm.
Nice, absolutely. And Carly, you also
Mm.
stream art.
Mm.
You stream a lot of your commissions and
No, I
whatnot on
don't.
your huh?
I don't stream at all. You're lying to the chat.
Am I exclamation point Carly? If because apparently I'm lying. So let's get an exclamation point Carly in chat, please. Carly, since you literally don't stream. If you were to stream your art, how would you go about doing that?
Well, if I theoretically lived in a world where I suppose I streamed my art. No, sorry. The opportunity was like way too good to pass up.
Wow.
No, I love streaming my art. I never really had any interest in streaming when I was modding for Loco, but I learned a lot, especially from Streamer Square and from the Stream Doctor about the do's and don'ts, and that's kind of how where I learned that streaming is exactly the same as trying to get into like the TV or film industry. Like
Mhm.
ab to a T, it is the same thing down to the professionalism of social media, like how to interact online, consistency, like all that. And so that was really cool to learn. And then when Gangle started streaming, he was like, you should start to try to stream. And I was like, okay. So I gave it a shot, and now I love streaming. I obviously like talking. I like being loud. I like insulting my chat. But also I think it's a really great way to motivate me to freelance.
Yeah.
Because I love freelancing and I love working for other people, but I don't know. There's just something about it that like to be blunt, I like streaming because I can double dip my income with the freelancing and then also like helping to build my brand as an artist more. So that way I don't have to rely solely on animation. And if I were to eventually like leave the industry, I would still, you know, be able to have like a nice padding of people who would want to commission me.
That is, I feel like you're in my brain right now
Really?
because this is the perfect segue to what I was going to ask next, and I can
Oh my
start with you,
gosh.
Karli, which is like, how do you balance like your modding and all the things you do for Twitch with your work life?
Gosh, well, okay, so basically I only freelance either when I'm unemployed and in between jobs, or right now with COVID I'm working from home because in Los Angeles the commute is so long and so brutal that I'm about like 12 or 13 hours out of the house every single day. I get home
Yeah.
and I'm tired. There's no way I'm gonna like draw, let alone stream again. But because, you know, animation, right, like people really, they don't care what you do on your computer as long as you meet your quotas, you act professional, and you get the work done. So I just watch Twitch all day, and I figure, well, if I'm just gonna watch Twitch all day, I might as well mod, right?
Yeah.
Like it just
Right.
gives me something to do. And you know, if I have to get pulled away for something, I know I can count on the rest of the team to just cover for me.
That's awesome. And Sager, what about you? How do you balance work with Twitch and modding?
Well, lately, with the whole working from home situation, I have been extremely busy at work
Mm-hmm.
because we cover like small to medium businesses and also home clients as well. So there will be people that will call and need us to come out right away because they don't know how to turn their mouse on. Like some stuff is just, you know. So lately, it's been a little tougher the past few months or so. Um, but what was I gonna say? Moderating and chat, I've taken kind of a backseat on, obviously. But I've been working on Discord moderation lately. So
Okay.
setting up a bots, you know, and understanding how that all works, and at
That's
least trying to, you know, take a little bit of the work off of the moderators in Discord, because you know, moderating a Discord is just as difficult, if not more difficult, obviously, than moderating a Twitch chat in real
mm-hmm.
time. So I try to, you know, tinker with that as much as I can outside of work,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much it. Then I come home and just, you know, hang out with the wife and hang out with the pupper and get some time on the weekend to go on some walks and some hikes,
What a
and
life.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, I know
awesome.
for me, I'm currently on a leave from work, but I know for me, yeah, when I was actively working, basically I would get as much done because I did claims and medical claims and stuff. I would get as much work done as possible the first couple hours, and then when the stream would start or streams that I had to work on would start, and I would literally like alt tab between screens or whatever to see my work screen
Oh
and to
yeah.
see stream and then bounce to Discord. And
Sneaky.
this was all during a one monitor setup, by the way, which was just
What?
completely
You're a
completely
hero.
nuts. Completely
Wow.
nuts. And so then like I would get off of work and then it was, hey, back to more I would have like, some video stuff to do. So basically that was my life. Like get
Mm.
up, do stuff, do more stuff, do Twitch stuff, do work stuff, do video stuff, like all yeah, one monitor hero.
Oh
That
Don't
my
is
gosh.
yeah,
seriously
like trust me
amazing.
now that I'm yeah, now that I have multiple monitors, it's like what was I doing with my life? Like Wes says he has
Yeah.
4 monitors. Yeah. Stealth, what about you? How do you balance like the things you do for Twitch? Like, I'm also assuming you make music still on your own, correct? Like your own music.
Yeah. Well, I work as a full-time security guard.
Mm-hmm.
So, my duties at work are, just letting people in the door. I have to pay attention to that, but I can be easily mod at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
yeah, I think I forgot to mention earlier. I I watched Lucid for a long time before I became a mod. I watched him like every day while he still did video games. Eventually transitioned into politics. That's when I became a mod. But, I play in bands, and we usually have regular band practice every week. To
Yeah.
keep a schedule. We haven't actually practiced in a while because of COVID-19. But
Yeah.
it's all about just keeping steady schedule and trying not to burn yourself out.
Yes.
Yep.
That is, we talked about that a
That's so
lot
important.
Biggest
on
thing.
this show, especially Rini and Wes have talked about this before about how do you balance like your modding, right? How do you keep, because it gets very easy to burn yourself out from doing all the things you do, especially for us,
Mhm.
for those of us who are here on this particular episode, because we are more than just mods. We do more than just chat modding. You know what I'm saying? Like I am, again, primary video editor for my channel, as well as I run the YouTube channels for someone like Loco. So there's a lot to that, right? Thankfully, like I said, it's easy for me right now because I'm on leave of absence from work. But when I wasn't, I was basically working 2 jobs at once, like literally at the same time, like a crazy person. So that's crucial. Also, kind of wanted to ask all of you guys here, especially starting here with Karli, because you mentioned this about the things that you're doing on Twitch. How has the work that you've done on Twitch like improved or affected your actual skills, like as an artist? Like, do you feel like
Oh.
you've grown as an artist because of things you've done on Twitch?
Not necessarily. I just really like freelancing because I get to work in my own style and I get to do what I want to do. And I mean, with any job, I mean, yes, I'm in a creative field, and yes, I love every minute of it. But I mean, my next job is just going to be fixing animation that comes back overseas looking wonky. So, like being able to freelance really gives me that creative outlet, right? Where people want to commission me because they like my style, they like what I do, they like how rude I am to them in chat.
Of
But
course.
modding especially has really just helped me to take more personal responsibility in terms of both not only admitting my mistakes, but it's really helped me to be more confrontational as a person. And now I know that's like a surprise to hear that I needed to learn how to be confrontational. But when situations get uncomfortable, you have a responsibility to your streamer to confront this person, tell them what they're doing is wrong, and know when to stop. And this has been fantastic in terms of team building. I always love to just get on Slack or Google Chat or whatever with
Mhm.
my teammates and just kind of like build a little bit of an animation community, because if you don't function well as a team, you're not going to function well like on your production, you're not going to function well as mods, right? So when I joined the mod team, I immediately wanted to do some team building for that,
Yeah.
with voice chats and everything like that. And likewise, it's encouraged me to get to know my peers better, which has been amazing.
Yes, I cannot stress this enough. I talked about this a couple weeks ago. Mod meetings. Okay, you are a part of a team, and again, at any job, at any staff or whatever, you need to meet. It will make you such a better team if you
Mm-hmm.
all talk, hear each other's voices, voice concerns, and all that. Like it is so vital to have mod meetings. Sager, for you, is there anything that you've been able to do in terms of not just like in the stream itself, but also in like the Tech Talk channels and Discord, all there? Has
Yeah.
that helped you at all, and or giving you some new insight into things that you're able to then bring back to your job, or no? Especially
I
so in
would.
terms of dealing with people that aren't in your immediate circle,
That's
right? Like in your immediate
yeah,
area, like dealing with people who are overseas or whatever.
yeah. That's mostly the main gist of it is learning to deal with complete strangers and being, kind to other people to make sure, usually, especially in my work, if you're kind to the other vendors when you call for tech support, 9 times out of 10, they will make sure you are actually satisfied at the end of the day. If you start yelling at them and just, start
Yeah.
getting angry and start belligerently just shouting at them, almost nothing will come of it. And so I definitely have noticed if you approach, people in Discord or Twitch chat,
Mhm.
let's say they're giving terrible tech advice, or
Yeah.
I'm sure
telling
that's never happened
telling
before.
telling streamers to push E, when that's not that's not the right time to push E.
Right.
Nixing that is always it's a bit difficult, obviously, but I will say, whenever I do troubleshoot for like streamers in general, it obviously depends how big the chat is at the time.
Hmm.
Usually in the larger chats, I've taken a tactic where I won't say anything with like a direct answer. I will only tell like, oh, this person is right, and then I'll just keep saying it over and over until something happens, and or then I start a conversation with that person like, why do you think that's the appropriate action? And usually, about 3 out of 5 times, you can get a conversation to kind of snowball in chat of what to actually do instead of just typing in all caps what you could do, or something you think would work. Because troubleshooting, obviously, it's like a 400-step process every time. You got to start at literally right at like the software level and then go from there. And with Streamlabs and all that, which I just dipped into, that's a
Oh
lot
man.
of there's a lot of stuff in there, and I haven't messed with any
Oh
of that
man.
software before, and I
Yeah,
spent like 2 hours just clicking things, and I was like, oh, cool.
I'm
Bandwidth,
learning that
yeah.
myself right now, bro. I am learning that
Uh-huh.
myself right now, and it's a
Uh-huh.
whole thing. It's a whole thing. Stealth, for you, making music for stream, making theme songs, things like that. How has that improved, or how's that affected your approach to music in general, like outside of Twitch?
It's really drastically changed it because before I started making remixes, before I started making them for Lucid, I had like very little experience doing it. Honestly, I just started
Mhm.
doing it like all day at work. Like I would spend 8 hours working on a remix at work. Um, so just doing that, slowly been getting better at just doing things like this morning. I clipped you and I made a remix of you within like 15 minutes, and you were
I
like,
wish I could. I wish I could
"What?"
play this for people. I wish I could play this for people because
Awesome.
it's incredible.
Oh my gosh.
And you did that so fast. Like that's insane.
And that's a big part of like what we try to do with like, at least like what I think like we should to do with the music for Lucid is taking really relevant things that happen and just fixing them and having a thing like that day just like blows people's minds.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's rewarding.
Awesome, awesome. And so we're gonna start to kind of wrap things up here a little bit, but I kind of wanted to also touch on this. Like, if you guys have any advice for anyone who is does art, or works in IT, or is a musician, or any skill or any talent that people have, if you guys have any advice for anyone who has those skills, wants to bring them and contribute to a stream, maybe they're not even a mod just yet, but they want to maybe possibly be a mod in the channel. Karli, for you, like, what would you say is, if you want to kind of like, how do I put this, like humbly advertise your skills to a streamer without sending them DMs and be like, hey, I can do this for you, you know what I mean? How do you do that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, my number one advice would just be to be like, don't act entitled. Like, sure, you're a professional, but honestly, who cares, right? Like, if you're not gonna contribute positively, if you're just gonna try to make this a show about you, if you're gonna
Mhm.
consistently keep asking for a mod role, chances are you're not cut out to be a mod. I
No.
know, for Loco's channel, one of the requirements for being a mod is that you've never asked to be a mod before,
Mhm.
because it's not about asking, it's not about status, it's not about any of that. It's just about being a productive member of the community, and sometimes you're not going to get to use your skills in modding, and that should be okay with you. Like, for a while, I mean, I had no idea the thumbnails were that bad because I didn't go in there expecting to overhaul like everything. That's
Yeah.
not my job. My job is to help and to contribute. So
Absolutely. And Sager, what about you? Like, how can someone, how do I put this? How do you establish that, hey, I know a lot about these things, like without feeling like you're humble bragging, or you're
Yeah.
you're you're you're,
Yeah.
you're hashtag adding or promoting yourself? How do
Yeah.
you establish in a community that, hey, guys, this is a thing I do?
Well, I know back when I first joined Loco's community and I was in Twitch chat, I would see people ask, ask of all people, ask Loco for computer help, and so then I would have to intervene and be like, okay, maybe.
By the way,
this
she's
definitely...
definitely not in the chat right now. Just want to point that out. She's definitely not in the chat right now.
No,
Oh, she
not at
is in
all.
chat. Well, hey Loco. Yeah. But yeah, no, helping them actually understand the correct course of action, and then also in Discord too, that Tech Talk channel. I love to go down there and always help out and see what other people are building or working on or even troubleshooting, because I'm sure Hero gets it and Wes gets it. I like troubleshooting. I like figuring out what exactly went wrong and then how exactly you could fix it, or how to just blow it away and start all over. And so
I think my first interaction with you before we even became mods, you pinged me, right? You DM'd me about I was looking for a laptop, and that's how I remember. I was like, that's SagerRage. Why does that name sound familiar to me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he helped me build my gaming computer last year, and he basically built Gangle's computer this year for me. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, how is that going, by the way? I'm trying out the right place, right time, but
Oh, dude, it's great. It turned out wonderfully, and I didn't make it catch on fire, which I was worried about.
That's
nice.
all you got to do. Just
I knew
don't
you
catch on fire.
I knew you two had it in you. I always had faith.
Awesome.
Thanks, jeez.
Awesome. And Stealth, what about you? Like, how, if someone wants to make music for a stream or make any kind of art for a stream, like, how do they go about doing that? Do they post it in Discord? Like, what can they do?
I mean, take the approach of, just ask. Just doesn't hurt. Like, the worst thing that happens is they tell you no. Lucid, his stream's very open, to whatever material people send him. Essentially, watching a history lesson basically for a half an hour, and then we'll transition right into meme video or a cooking video or whatever. So you can just send Lucid something and like, here, play this, and he'll play it, and like, oh yeah, that was mine actually. So
Yeah, so there's a lot of like different roles and different channel requirements and rules and stuff, but at the end of the day, it is the common theme seem to be how you can contribute to the channel to make it better, not because you want the status of that, but because you find a way to help. You're like, hey, I can do this for you if you want. If not, it's cool. I'm still gonna, enjoy your content.
Exactly, because you're contributing. And I saw Dream Horror in chat said they're an artist and mod and made icons for channel point redemptions for the streamer and applied those skills to modding. That's what we're talking about here. You know what I mean? I see people all the time in Discord who are making really amazing pieces of art and graphics for the stream. You are contributing to the stream. You are making a difference and impacting the stream and improving the quality of the stream with your skills and with your talents. I mean, like I said, I established myself as someone who can edit videos. And then parlayed that into running YouTube channels and making Twitter videos, and those are having an impact, condensing the stream into these bite-sized quantities that people can consume. And it again, people keep coming back. Or like, hey, I saw this video on YouTube. Like, hey, let me come and watch this stream. So you're making a positive impact. I think do we have any other questions in chat, mods? Do we have any questions in chat that we want to get to?
Just a question asked. I wonder, how do you bring your skills to modding when you have difficulty being consistently able to contribute due to cycles of high and low mental health? That's
a good
awesome.
question.
That's a good one. I would say, at least speaking from the perspective of someone on Loco's mod team, we have a daily check-in where you react with green, anything green if you're available all day, anything yellow if you're in and out, and anything red if you're not. And also we're free to take like weeks or months breaks at a time because it's important to take care of your mental health, and as much as you want to contribute, sometimes it's at the expense of your own health, and so it is important to just be honest about what you're going through with your streamer at least, and with the other mods if you're comfortable with that. But I mean, there have been many instances of when I'm unemployed, I don't watch Twitch, so I just say peace out, I'll see y'all whenever I get a job next. Or if people need to take like a mental health week or a mental health several months, like that's completely okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to, you know what you can take and what you can't take. And so that's again goes back to what I said before about when you join a mod team, and it's very important for a mod team, if you're going to be successful and be able to successfully contribute to a streamer, you have to communicate as a team. And so if you know you're someone who you have your highs and lows, voice that. Don't, I know it can be difficult to, sometimes you feel like you don't want to be too transparent with people, but that transparency is very valuable because they know you, you know them. And so you can, it makes it so much easier to be able to say, hey guys, I'm not, I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not gonna be able to, help or do it. And they're like, hey, I get it. Go do what you got to do. Take care of yourself. We have any other questions in chat before we wrap things up and say our goodbyes? Hopefully,
Yeah.
I need to make sure everybody knows. 6 p.m. right after the show, 10 minutes from now, Dan's stream of thought. He's talking about the transition from Mixer. He's got a number of awesome guests. So please stick around after this show. But I want to make sure we get some outros from everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching StealthMouseTV. What's up, buddy? How can people find you?
I am StealthMouse. You can find me at twitch.tv/StealthMouseTV, as well as on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. On YouTube, I post clips of like just song playthroughs by themselves. I take requests. I'm willing to requests and film covers. Stream most weekdays 7 at night to 9 Eastern time, and then Sundays at 10 in the morning.
Do you have anything else that you'd like wanna share about the topic of like modding in your profession before we kind of wrap things up?
Well, just mod teams are a team, and they are a big part of what makes a streamer's stream unique. So contribute as much as you can when you're a mod.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Sure.
You have a role on a team. SagerRage, what are you up to lately?
Well, as I said, I had my second stream ever this past weekend. So I guess you could find me on Twitch, but I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe I guess if yeah. But I am on Twitter. It's Sager_Rage because somebody else is holding it. So that's cool.
That is such a thing, by the way, right? Like
Yeah.
these people who like you have the perfect Twitter username. It's you want that, and there's some dude or some person who hasn't tweeted in 5, 6, 7 years
It's
sitting on your
impressive.
username.
It's impressive,
Imposters.
really. Yeah. But yeah, no. I am always in Loco's Discord. Always checking out the Tech Talk or any of the other Discord channels, really. But I am in chat every so often whenever I'm not too busy at work. But yeah.
Any
Karli?
final thoughts, Sager?
Final thoughts
Yeah.
on modding? Well, like all of you have said, it is a team effort, and especially with Loco's mod team, we all, for the most part, understand technology, to like a base extent. So obviously, doing the give and take with conversations to understand, what needs to happen for, let's say, a monitor upgrade or any kind of minute PC upgrade, like for Loco, for each other, like just understanding an objective and going at the objective, head first, understanding what you really want to do from the very beginning is seriously so important. As otherwise, you'll just be, in a world of memes like Wes, just confused and lost.
Yeah, all sorts of things. Wow. Sager helped me clean up keywords. Karli, where can the people? I'm sorry. I want to.
That comment, Loco, is such an insult.
Wow. Karli, final thoughts, and where can people find you?
Okay, final thoughts are going to be in regards to modding, because you are put in this position over chat to be a representative of the stream and to be a leader. I would say a very important thing to keep in mind that we haven't covered is that as a leader, sometimes it's important to make your voice not heard. It's important to sometimes step back and let the rest of the team handle things. If you see that there are about 3 or 4 mods on something, it's okay to take a break. And I think that's important because all of us want to contribute our very best all the time, which is amazing. But something that is a general good leadership quality, is being able to step back and kind of let the team function. I'm also going to say I'm Karli Cartoons everywhere, especially on Twitter. I have a Facebook page. I don't use it, like literally at all, but find me on Twitter, tweet me drawings, insult me. It's fine. It's chill. I also stream Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm trying out a new schedule. I'm not sure on the time yet, but that's a thing that I do. And let me see. Oh, also tomorrow I'm gonna be here, like in this channel today, doing a sponsored stream for Nerd or Die. We're gonna talk about their product. I'm gonna check out their website with y'all, and then we're gonna get into the super nitty gritty of like everything that these packages of media come with, and it's amazing and filled with 3 different giveaways. So be there or be.
That's
square.
fantastic. What time is that again?
That's awesome.
I don't know what it is in Eastern time.
Yeah, carry the 3, move it over around. Yeah.
I believe.
Awesome.
Whenever the workshops are, it's right after Lucid's hotfix, like immediately afterwards when he wraps things up. So if you like watching hotfix and you want to stay for some giveaways to get some awesome stream assets, like definitely, I'll see y'all tomorrow.
For sure. And yeah, it's been an awesome show. I just want to say, yeah, again, like if you guys, purpose of the show today was to talk about other things that you can bring to a stream and as being a mod outside of just banning and bots and commands and all that. That if you are a video editor, if you're an artist, if you are a musician, if you have, if you're a retail manager, you have management and mediation skills, and knowing how to deal with people. All of those skills you can bring to a stream and contribute in a really, really positive way. And so just know that you can do more than just be in chat every day. Like as a mod, you have the power and the privilege to contribute to a stream in a really, really, really cool way. Again, I'm as told by Dylan. I am a moderator here at Streamer Square and for Loco. And I stream Monday to Friday, 8 a.m., 10:30 a.m. Eastern, playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Animal Crossing because those 2 things are similar, apparently.
Yeah.
and so yes, no, do not change the channel, okay? Everyone who's here right now, unfortunately, you have signed an invisible contract and you can't leave. It's coming up right now, right after this. Dan's Stream of Thought, he's talking about the transition from Mixer. So please do not leave. Danotage, he is going to drop some knowledge on you. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Karli. Thank you, Sager. Thank you, Stealth. Thank you, especially you.
Yeah.
You right there. I'm talking to you.
You in the chat. You know who we're talking about, and it's not Chef.
We know, yeah, it's definitely not Chef. It's definitely not you, Chef. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.